Hello everyone, it's good to have you all on board. It's another time with Tito IO Enthusiastic Tito, and in today's tutorial, it happens to be the of the course, continuation of the course ECO 311. And in today's class, we're going to be talking about literature review. We're going to be discussing why literature review is important, doing your research work, the purpose of literature review, and how to write an effective literature review. All of this we'll be discussing during the course of the class. Okay, so for those of us who are new to the stream, let's ensure to subscribe to the channel. Let's ensure to smash the like button as well. And most importantly, let's ensure to join the private class where we walk you through everything you need to know about your courses throughout the semester, taking each of them one after the other. How do you become a member of the private class? All you need to do is to reach out to us on our official website, which is www.tutorio.net. Find the WhatsApp button on the top right hand corner and use it to send us a direct message. With this being said, let's hop into today's class. Now we'll talk about literature review. What are we talking about? Now, according to the Wisconsin Writing Center, when we say literature review, it is a critical analysis, all right, according to Wisconsin. Okay. It is said to be the critical, Wisconsin Writing Center. All right, not university, it's a writing center. We have writing, all right. It says literature review is a critical analysis of a segment of a published book. A critical analysis of a segment, all right, of a published book. Okay, a published book, body of knowledge, through what we call summary, classification, okay, summary, classification, and comparison of prior research study, reviewed literatures, and theoretical articles. Okay, so let's just leave it at published body of knowledge. Let's put that out. Published body of knowledge. A critical analysis. So there's a body of knowledge, but there's something you are critically, there's a particular context or a particular phase you are critically analyzing. All right, they refer to this as literature review. Now, in other words, in line with what the Writing Center said about literature review, all right, we can also refer to it as an in-depth study of a formal published study. An in-depth study of a formal, an in-depth study, okay, an in-depth in-depth study of formal published, in-depth study of a formal published study. Okay, so we have that as that. See, still almost the same thing in line with what the writing center has said. All right, so literature review basically is very, very important. Okay, it is about acknowledging, surveying, and complete studying of other scholars' published. So the idea behind literature review when writing a project is simply, all right, acknowledging the concept behind literature review during research work, all right, is to acknowledge, survey, and a complete studying. Acknowledge, survey, and do a complete studying. A complete studying, okay, of other scholars' published work that are related to your subject matter. Of other published, okay, of other scholars, all right, of other scholars published work. Related to your area of study, okay, or subject matter. I intentionally wrote this out completely so we can have a proper understanding about literature review. So this is what literature review talks about. This is what it stands for. This is why you need it so much, why it's so important in your research work, because this covers, it has a lot to do, all right? Because you know when we're talking about research work, by the time you are done with your research work too will be someday a literature review for another research work. That's it, that's how it works. Okay, that's how it works. Your research work will also become, because your research work is also contributing to the society. Your research work is solving a problem. Your research work is, all right, a pool of knowledge that others can also learn from. So that's how it works. So I believe we already have an idea of the purpose of literature review, but let's just touch it very quickly. All right, one of the purposes is that literature review, all right, in any academic work is very significant. Okay, now it provides a conceptual framework for the research. Talks about what the research is all about. Provides an integrated overview, conceptual framework, integrated overview. All right, it helps to establish, all right, a need for research. Definitely, it helps to say, this project that this person did, I think is obsolete. We can develop upon it. It gives you the opportunity to notice that there is need to provide more information on this project this person has done. Like I said, the research work of today will become literature review for another research work tomorrow. So we have how to write a good literature review. Definitely, you've gathered your necessary information. So how do you put it together? You need to put it together in a way in which the authority you are reviewing his work will be relevant to your own area of study. When you are writing your literature review, You must arrange. Don't forget that you have studied other people's work that are in line. Then let's say your project work is about hospitality industry. So you are studying other literature. You are studying other people's work, research work on in that industry. So you must arrange it, structure it in a way whereby it is adding points. All right, it is adding more information. It's adding valuable information to your own research work. Not that it is, all right, just copying and pasting what they have done. It's adding more value to your own work. All right. So we have prove that you understand the relationship, these studies and paradigms. Prove that you understand the relationship, the studies and the now. Where do you where do they stand in relation to each other? How the study you are undergoing is linked to other studies in your area. You need to talk about how your study is linked to other work. All right. Talk about how. How do you write a good review? Literature review. First, acknowledge that the person's work, all right, the scholar's work you are using is relevant to your area of study. Also, you need to describe the relationship between their scholarly work in line with what you are currently working on. Also very important. So we have that as that. So basically, we have the types of literature reviews, and there are about 6 types of literature reviews. For those of us who are new to the stream, please let's ensure, and those who are not new as well, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you get the membership badge, and as well, ensure to also join our private class where we walk you through all your courses without leaving anyone unattended to. Now we have the very first one is argumentative literature review. Okay, just like the name says, argumentative. All right, it is a type of literature review that studies right up selectively in order to support or counter an argument. Okay, we also have the integrative literature review. Now, for the integrative literature review, it is very common in social science. Okay, it is a form of literature review whereby previous studies are reviewed critically and synthesized in relation to the subject area, where you review past work and integrate, use them to improve your related work or related study. Then we have that as that. So we also have the historical literature review, like it says, historical. Now, under the historical literature review, it is all about scrutinizing scholarly work over a period of time, all right, often commencing, all right, the time as an issue. Okay, now basically what you know is that some scholarly work has taken quite a long time. So it's more like you are reviewing their work and improving upon it. All right, reviewing scholarly work, all right, that has been for, all right, that has been for over a period of time. All right, and here you are tracing the progress within the scholarship of a considered field of study. All right, but what you need to notice about the historical literature reviews that you, as a researcher, you are, all right, scrutinizing scholarly works over a period of time to observe and monitor its progress and effectiveness. So we have the methodological literature review here. This form of literature review basically centered on how scholars can come about saying what they say about a particular method. Here, when you are doing this kind of review, you are reviewing scholarly work about why they said certain things and what led to what they said. Okay, what they said, all right, what they say about a particular concept and phenomenon. Then we have the methodological literature review, and we have systematic. All right, here the review are that type that concentrates on the empirical question. All right, systematic compares empirical questions. That is systematic. And we have the last one, which is theoretical. It's a form of review survey. All right, it surveys number of theory that has been gathered in connection to the issue. Number of theory gathered. It surveys number of theory gathered. That's theoretical. Okay, so here's what we'll call the wrap for today. So in our next class, we'll be taking it up from the theoretical and conceptual framework in research, starting with the theory in research. So thank you very much, everyone. I believe you've been able to gain something in today's class. Let's ensure to keep our notes up to date and submit them to the appropriate quarters. Do have a wonderful evening and bye for now.